Hello everyone, so picking off where we last were, rather than starting with the main scenario quest, I'm actually going to show some of the cutscenes for the Hildibrand quest because I ended up doing that. So, going to the side quests and Hildibrand and the 3 collectors, and I believe it's this cutscene that it starts with. And then this one.
Well then. That's enough of a beating for now.
So that's gonna work, right? Snicker, snicker. Okay, and so I will continue with that quest in just a moment. And I have done most of the other side quests, so I'm going to turn in those as well. And also make a stop into the Waking Sands and pick up the next quest for the Primals of the hard versions. And so I also finished the dungeon that's required for the class rank upgrade thingy for the Grand Company. So since I'm here, which is just over there, so I will turn that in. And I have not done this quest yet, obviously. And I will also probably do some of the other stuff on my own as well. Sergeant Saragon, we have received word of your success. Have the seals, along with our congratulations on a job well done. The goodwill earned with Ishgard due to your efforts will no doubt profit us in our future efforts. Fear not, I will file a report to Upper Command to see the credit is given where it is due. Yes, I see further promotion through the ranks in your future, but you must never allow yourself to become complacent. Always remember why we fight, Sergeant Saragon, for coin and country. Apparently he has a quest for us. We need to be Chief Flame Sergeant. And so, that is what I'm looking for. This here. The next one. So, let's see if we can do that. Apply for a promotion. To be considered for the next rank, you must prove yourself in the eyes of Commander Swift. I see you have met with Commander's approval. Very well, I shall see to the what now? Okay, this is not me, this is a sentence. Very well, I shall see to the necessary arrangements for your promotion. I'm pretty sure that should be very well, I shall see to the necessary arrangements for your promotion. There is an unneeded to. Your current rank is Flame Sergeant First Class. If you wish to become Chief Flame Sergeant, you must fulfill the following requirements. And, conveniently, we can do that. And look at that! Woo! Chief Flame Sergeant. By the power vested in me, I hereby appoint you to the rank of Chief Flame Sergeant. By this promotion, you are now eligible to undertake a wider range of company leaves. May you fight to the last for coin and country. Woohoo! Dance, dance, tra-la-la-la-la. And something also that we also have access to is, originally we only had access to these, well now we have this next here, and I actually meant to show this a while ago. And you can see there's a whole host of things here. These ones are main hands and stuff, all mostly useless to us at this point. But we also have this quest now. Swift would give you an opportunity to raise your standing in the mortal flames. Ah, Sergeant Saragon, ever the shining example to your fellow flames. Time and again, you have risen to the call. Today I would give you the opportunity to add to your growing list of accomplishments. In return for battle chocobos provided to us, the Holy See has petitioned our aid in purging the cavern known as the Aurum Vale of its most foul inhabitants. Our contact from Ishgard, Sir Willielmus, will apprise you of the particulars of the mission upon your arrival. And conveniently, I have also not done that dungeon yet, so I intuitively hadn't done them, mostly because they had no poetics gained from them. But conveniently, because I haven't done them, I will be able to remember to do it because I obviously will have this quest now, but also because I have it written down. And so, since we'll be here as well, I will turn in the Hildibrand quest, which is down over there as well. Helps if my brain is on some days. Ever have those moments where your brain just randomly decides not to turn on? Well, that's me tonight. But anyway, let's move Chocobo over there. Hildibrand. Groan. Why, Greg? Why? Ashu... whatever your last name is. Are you dead again, Spectre? Ellie. How many swords did he drop while... Wait, doesn't that one there look just like Elisair's sword? But even to my untrained eye, this is obviously a counterfeit blade. And so is this one. And this one. What in the world? Briarden. Alone, yet still armed. Humph. In any case, he seemed satisfied with the halberd. We will proceed with the delivery. And so obviously we need to head back to Vesper Bay. But we will leave them alone for now. There, in the cold. They have a fire nearby at least. And here we are at the Aurum Vale. From the immortal flames, I presume? Yes, I suppose you should suffice. The Holy See is not wont to beseech assistance from foreign armies, but the task before us is a daunting one, and our own knights are occupied with matters of great import. Mayhap you have already heard rumors of the Aurum Vale. Many a miner has been lured into its cavernous recesses by promises of vast fortunes to find only death, and doubly so. If the noxious fumes don't get them, the carnivorous fronds that lurk are happy to oblige. While there is little we can do about the former, dispatching the latter could go far in sparing the lives of unfortunate treasure seekers. So it is that we turn to you. And so now we will turn in the Hildibrand quest. And so here we are. Darilda. Ah, 'tis more magnificent than I imagined. 'Twill make a fine addition to my collection. And with that, our business is concluded. Cheers. I genuinely mean that in your case, by the way. All's well that ends well, right, Inspector? Though it's a shame that Greg turned out to be the thief. There you are, Inspector Briarden. Why did you not wait for me at the docks? Why are you all staring at me so? Oh, never mind that. Where's my treaty blade? But didn't we just give you the treaty blade? Disguise yourself as the client and let the treaty blade come to you. Take advantage of an existing situation to distract us from the real crime. Brilliant. The man in red never spoke of the treaty blade, only the halberd. Moreover, he always issued his challenges in person. Dear gods, isn't it obvious? What is it like in your funny little brains? It must be so boring. If the man in red did not send the challenge, then who did? Of course he's doing the matrimony. Even Matthew dodges it in his sleep. Oh, and we have the winner who did not avoid. Ow. I believe this is addressed to me, condescending Inspector Briarden. Piss off. 400 years have I slept, 1,000 faces do I wear. What is yours will be mine. I shall come to claim the Lapis Maiden's virtue. A many-faced phantom thief. Interesting. The design and the wording are the same as before. The thief who stole the treaty blade sent this. Very well, I and I alone, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, once more accept your challenge. You want a challenge, huh? Stand and face me, you buffoon! How dare you all laugh at a time like this, after allowing my precious treaty blade to be stolen? And you, Maria. Well, I suppose it is a little funny, isn't it? The two of them dashing to and fro, a pair of gentlemen bummers. Ha 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 ha! You know, it's been far too long since we've seen a show. We should head into the city later, just you and me. Not bad, Hildy. Not bad at all. You are indeed a mannerable man. Puff, puff, mark my face, O phantom of many faces, for it is the face of the... And we get some elixirs. The fiend dares lay claim to the fair maiden's virtue, as seeds of jealousy quicken within an inspector's soul. Can true love bloom in this battlefield? Will this Manderville man find his Manderville wife? Hildibrand will return in a case of indecency. Hey, what's with the goggles those men are wearing? They look special. Or men were wearing. They look special. Maybe if I ask nicely, they'll give me a pair. Guess we'll find out next time. Bye-bye. Someone is having a creepy daydream. And so we'll pick up the next quest, but we will leave that for the next video. Eli has put her skills as a reporter to good use. Ah, there you are. I've been doing some investigating of my own since we last parted. I believe I found our Lapis Maiden. The girl's name is Arabella, daughter of one Master Gugurumu, a prominent member of the East Eldenard Trading Company. Her eyes and hair, most exceptional shade of blue. Her beauty is the talk of the Sultanate. Her perpetrated beauty, I would say, you see, none have actually seen the girl in the flesh. Apparently her father is the overprotective sort. Some say that the maiden has never set foot outside the family's well-guarded estate. But all this is about to change. Rumor has it that the girl is to be wed, and not just to anyone, mind you, to the heir of the Brugier Consortium. The formal announcement is set to be made at the commemorative feast to be jointly hosted by the two family businesses. The venue is Costa del Sol, where preparations are going on as we speak. Word on the street is that the bride-to-be will be making a rare public appearance. It is here that the thief intends to strike. I couldn't be more certain of it. Piqued your interests, have I? Your sources tell me that the bride's father is already in Costa del Sol overseeing the preparations. This is one scoop I'm not going to miss, and you're welcome to come along. So, now that we have that, I am going to talk to this bit. And then from there, I will continue with the main scenario quest. And I'm thinking I'm going to do the other Moogle delivery quests in a separate video, just so I can have those recorded and done and cleared, because we only have 10 quests, but to just keep it a little more clear. And I'm going to switch to my ninja. And correction, I have one other side quest to turn in. I need to speak with Varsail Hirlo at the Adder's Nest because I did Earth's Fount. And I'm actually kind of glad I did not record that on my own, because it is a very challenging dungeon, and I forgot why I actually really hate doing that one. Anyway, so I'm going to try to get this destination done before that gets over here. And it turns out he's turning around, but before one of those spot me. Here we go. The Crystal Tower lies beyond this portal. Now comes the interesting part. Sid, you are the only one of our number who has ever crossed this threshold. I ask that you take the lead for the present. I say, the energy radiating from these statues is palpable. Lucky for us that it is. One might otherwise stroll past them. Feast your eyes on the elemental defenses which prompted our lengthy preparations. These sentinels prevent would-be intruders from advancing to within 20 yalms of the tower's inner reaches. No matter how swift they may be. Happily, the crystal fangs we took such pains to craft should spare us the inconvenience of instantaneous annihilation. Here, allow me to demonstrate. Chief, it's too dangerous to allow anyone else to risk his life testing one? Quite right. I made the darn things. It's my job to see that they work. I think he's lucky he only used an arm. Or do that. I don't know. Do you guys think that worked? Success! I, for one, am convinced. Friends, ready your fangs. I don't have fangs. I have a crystal fang. Another one, that's the dust. Another one. Not entirely sure why we're taking turns, though. This last one is yours, old friend. It seemed only right. Haha, we did it! So much for the outer defenses! Indeed, the entrance to the tower is near at hand. My blood fairly sings with anticipation. Speaking of blood, I have a proposal for the next stage of the expedition. I suggest we wait here while Hildibrand and a hand-picked party of her adventuring companions enter the tower. What? Without us? I thought we came here to survey the entire structure! We did, and we will, but our investigations must proceed at a more measured pace. If the outside of the place is this well defended, can you imagine what awaits us on the inside? Only a true hero could reasonably hope to brave the hazards ahead and live to tell the tale. Hildibrand here fits that description better than anyone I know. And it is not as if we shall be idle in her absence. While Hildibrand and her companions are risking life and limb to beat us a path to the tower, we can set about analyzing this rubble for evidence of how its technologies function. Your knowledge of ancient lore will be invaluable in that endeavor, historian Grahatia. Bah! Do you ever tire of being right, old man? Ahem. Hildibrand, as it seems I won't be accompanying you, allow me at least to provide some instruction. The maze that surrounds the base of the tower is known as the Labyrinth of the Ancients. During this initial foray, I suggest you can concentrate on ridding the place of hostile elements. When you are reasonably certain the maze is secure, contact me via link shell, and we shall join you post-haste. No matter what Master Garland says. Though we would prefer if any relics you encounter remain intact. You have leave to do whatever is necessary to secure ingress to the upper levels of the tower. Fortune go with you, Hildibrand. And thus Labyrinth of the Ancients is now accessible. And duties for alliances. This duty is designed to be undertaken by an alliance, a squad of 24 adventurers formed of 3 full parties. This battle composition is reserved for large-scale duties only. While you are in an alliance, the class job icons and HP bars of alliance members will appear to the right of the party list. By joining forces with the other parties, you can achieve that which would otherwise be impossible. So by a full party, what they mean is 2 tanks, 2 healers, and 4 DPS. And so if we open up the duty finder here, we will find that under raids, and this is the first one. And no, we are not doing it, but we get nice shiny poetics. So 3 parties of, I guess this is slightly different, but 3 parties of 1 tank, 2 healers, and 5 DPS. So that's what they mean by a full party, I guess. And as mentioned, it is a 24-man. So I am honestly not sure if and when I will ever get to that. The rest of the class, or the quests and whatnot, are in the... Let's try this again. All of the resulting cutscenes, etc. are, from what I understand, already on YouTube. But here's a nice view of this. Yes, I took a screenshot and another one. You can see there's a big hole. But anyway, so this is the entrance to the raid itself. And as I said, I honestly don't know when I will ever get to that, because that's a bit much coordinating 23 other people. And on top of that, learning the mechanics properly. So it's already up on YouTube, because this is from 4 years ago or so. So if you're interested in seeing that, I do suggest going there. I would like to eventually do it. I've only done it the once on my main character, and it was so chaotic that I truthfully did not really know what I was doing, because we were just going for a clear. And yeah. Anyways. For sale, Hulo. Celebrity of Science, glad I am to see you. I assume you have apprised of the situation regarding the Mughal monarch. After your previous deposal, the king, Kublai Khan, approached the Mughals' guard and attempted to convince them of the error of their ways. Unfortunately, it appears his efforts at persuasion had rather the opposite effect. The royal sentries reportedly flew into a frenzy and focused their righteous indignation into a new summoning ritual. Mayhap it was the unwavering intensity of the Mughals' guard prayers, but the king has returned to the forest, enveloped in an almost blinding aura of majesty. Kublai Khan tells us that the stauntingly maniacal avatar has now taken to calling himself Great King Mughal XII. Suffice it to say that the Elder Seedseer is willing to condone the necessary act of regicide. For the safety of all who dwell within the Twelveswood, it has been decided that the king must fall. A certain member of the Elder Seedseer's personal guard has already escorted Kublai Khan to the wards that shields the monarch's domain. Those among us with the ability to see Mughals are often in high demand, but considering the urgency of your mission, our leader felt it best to expedite matters. Pray make your preparations and set out as soon as you are able. Kublai Khan awaits you in the Bramble Patch in the East Shroud. So we will head over to the East Shroud and talk to Kublai Khan, and that will basically unlock Thorn March hard version. And speaking to Kublai Khan. Oh, I knew you'd come. At least I was hoping, Kupo. Not long ago, I had a stern word with the Mughals guard about the dangers of turning pleasant fairy tales into disturbing reality, but they insisted that the intimidating force that is good King Mughal XII, may his scepter of judgment ever command our respect, is exactly the sort of savior we need. The Mughals guard are afraid, Kupo. Afraid of how the forest has changed. Afraid of the never-ending conflict. Afraid that we Mughals have no place in this new world. I'm scared of all these things too, but the thought of unleashing our royal menace upon the Twelveswood scares me even more, Kupo. Please, you must deal with them firmly before this goes too far. A measured thrashing, of course. Nothing too brutal. You can enter Thornmarch here through the tear I've made in the ward. Take care, good fortune, and in the meantime, I'll go let the others know that the great King Mughal XII, may his reign end with minimal bloodshed, will be vacating his throne, Kupo. And... oh. Right. Originally that was the hard version that was unlocked. So that is the extreme version now available. And so this is the Mughal Postmaster quest, and I will probably do that in a separate video. Oh, I have this quest to turn in. I knew there was something I was missing. And then there's this. Okay. Sorry guys. Backtracking. Back to the Shroud. We're going to Primal to talk over there. And yes, that's the Blue Mage, which I still haven't picked up. And then I'm going to deliver the Time Worn to Geralt. Or Geralt, whatever his name is. And I hate when I go the wrong direction. Oh, App Pessy. Your bravery before the Dark Divinity was commendable, adventurer. I am relieved you escaped the battle with your life. And it was not for nothing, I might add. Brother Isumayan and I have observed something remarkable, though I should like to discuss it with him present. Ah, and see how he comes. Celebrian, I am honored to have seen you fight. Why, I can scarcely wait to tell Sylphie how a warrior of light overcame the terror of the Shroud. No doubt the girl will smile to hear of your valor. But no doubt you are keen to learn more of the Dark Divinity. Very well. I shall share with you what I have gleaned in observing your battle. To begin, felling a Primal allows the aether of your physical manifestation to return to the land. This much you know, yes? Odin seems to be subject to the selfsame laws, yet his sword, the Zantetsuken, remains even after his body vanishes. Thus we thought to examine the blade, and in so doing, found that its etheric density is unimaginably high. Now, we had always assumed that the being who brandished the weapon was Odin, but what if we erred? What if the sword Zantetsuken is, and of itself, the Dark Divinity? An unforeseen conclusion, yes, but one that clarifies such of the Primal. Indeed, that would explain why Odin has never truly fallen. No one has thought to destroy the blade. The Zantetsuken is the Primal. Could it not conjure itself a new wielder? Yet, just as Ifrit's tempered or Leviathan's drowned, Odin must needs have his sundered to offer crystals in his name. Unless he drinks of the Shroud's aether, such a weak source of power could be why it takes time for the Dark Divinity to manifest again. You see, adventurer, our theory accounts quite nicely for two of the mysteries that for so long surrounded the Primal. And yet, as Pessy hints, a third mystery remains. If there are no sundered, how does Odin sustain himself? I cannot imagine the wishes of those who first summoned him were so strong as to echo throughout the centuries. Brother, I do not think our theory is flawed. No, this discovery makes clear the holes in what we had for so long believed of the Primals. We must revisit the beings with a keener eye. I will inform Master Uriange of what we have gleaned here. Adventurer, I urge you to do the same should something else of Odin occur to you. But today is a victory all the same. We have Zantetsuken and the mysteries that remain pale in import to the act of locking the Primal away. With any luck, we can seal the sword and end the Dark Divinity's ride. Brothers, something terrible has happened! The Zantetsuken is gone, and my own man has stolen away with the blade and left nary a trace to track his flight. I never dreamt he would do such a thing, and I stayed my hand too long to stop him. What? Are your men so disloyal as to rob you? Tell me, Lewin, why would someone do such a thing? Forgive me, brother, but I cannot say. I'm as astonished as you. The thief was a sworn man of God's quiver, true as any Gridanian arrow. Moreover, what could he stand to gain by stealing so fell a blade? Mayhap the soul of the thief was stolen along with the blade. It is within the power of all primals to bend mortals to their wills. The Zantetsuken and Odin are one and the same, then the sword may control the now sundered man. Is that not right, brother? That is indeed possible. Gods, could I have been so blind as that? Lord Lewin, it is I who needs apologize. Had I been more wary, I would have foreseen this. Instead, I have cost us dearly and placed you and your men in great danger. Let us not cry over lost swords. Lord Lewin, send forth the gods' quiver and wood whalers to scour the shroud. Brother Oap, Hesse, and I will devote ourselves to devising a way to fell Odin after Zensetsuken is ours again. Yes, brother. Indeed, it would be a poor thing to have the blade in our grasp, and no way to destroy it, nor dull its bite. Adventurer, I will call upon you again, when we have something to show for our efforts. Until then, go in peace. Dun dun dun. And so I will take this over to Geralt after I switch to my paladin. And here we are. Geralt, it's Cortana you'll be wanting. 'Twas the blade wielded by Jarl Tristram the True, one of the 3 first paladins. Story goes that when the first Sultan of Ul'dah formed the Sultan's Horn, he had 3 swords forged from the same ore, and we read this before, blah blah blah. Time-worn Cortana. Well, bugger me, and I'm just gonna check to make sure that wasn't anything that was said. Like a me, that the moment what did the deed, any road you'll need to retrieve the katana one way or the other, blah 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 blah. Well, bugger me, never in me wildest, drunkenest dreams did I imagine you'd actually find the bloody thing. Huh, so I'll have to fire up the forge after all. Having said that, the relic's in far worse shape than I thought. It ain't like to survive much pounding in this state. Truth be told, I'd be worried about sneezing near it. We're going to need a new host what'll get itself for the restoration. Bring me some Iwilin scimitar, one with 2 grade 3 battle dance materia melded to it. This'll serve as the vessel for the restored relic. Remember that's 2 grade 3 battle dance materia. I'll ought less, and you'll get naught from me, no matter how many slips of paper you wave in me face. And so that is something I will do on my own. And then I will... Oops, I think I didn't hide that. I think I did that. And then I will record turning in the quest. And so now to the main scenario quest, and I believe... Oh, conveniently, we don't have to go up a level. And I will pick up the Blue Mage quest, I don't know when. At some point. Santhael. You are expected. Pray take this lift to the command room. Proceed to the command room. Yep. Hello, Merlwib. Or Merlwib. Welcome, friends. I take it Y'shtola has apprised you of the situation. Let us waste no time, then. According to our best intelligence, this Sahagin, I forget how they say it, had not crystals enough to summon their god. Alas, we did not count on the Serpent Reavers venturing as far as Thanalan to supplement their cache. For our short-sightedness, we are faced with the grim prospect of Leviathan's imminent return. Needless to say, I'm not inclined to let the fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom makes ready to launch the large-scale operation to thwart the summoning, and we would welcome the Scion's support in this endeavor. But if God forbid our efforts should come to naught, I will need to trouble you for more than mere support, much as I did when Titan last walked these lands. Leave it to us. Lady Manfilia, I am given to understand that you mean to accompany our soldiers to the front lines. I can only assume that you have sound reasons for doing so? I do, Admiral, but I would rather not be drawn in on their nature. I will say only that there is something I would see with mine own eyes. Is that so? Well, I am not so stubborn as to deny the wish of one whose aid I require, but precautions must be taken. I shall require that you remain by my side at all times. With that settled, let us speak of the operation. Celebrian, Maelstrom scouts are currently reconnoitering Sahagin movements within the Sapsa spawning grounds. Upon completing their mission, they will return to the operations staging point at Camp Skull Valley. I want you to make your way there forthwith, that you might be apprised of the latest intelligence. Commander Folkbreda has charge of the garrison. Aye aye. Minfilia. There may not be a better chance to learn the true nature of the Echo. I cannot well allow the opportunity to pass me by. And Real Whip. In case I wasn't clear, time is short, Slytherin. Make haste to Camp Skull Valley and request the latest intelligence from Commander Folkbreda. I'll just take my time. There's no hurry. Nothing bad's gonna happen. You're just a bunch of worrywarts. I jest. I'm teleporting. I'm going. I'm on my way. Leave me alone. Hello, Thinkrit. The area has been altered beyond recognition. 'Tis sad indeed when the places of your past may only be visited in memories. And so we need to head up here. And hello, Yushtola. Of late, this area has played host to many a bloody skirmish between Laminson and Sahagin forces. Hello, Yugiri. A soldier of the Maelstrom has kindly furnished me with information on the enemy. Armed with this knowledge, I promise you that my presence will count for something. Other than an extra body? Oh, Breda. I've been expecting you sign of the 7th Dawn. On behalf of the men and women here, I thank you for your cooperation. The safety of our citizens is paramount. With your aid, we will prevent Leviathan's return. And I don't really need those, but... Felbreda would have you assist in diversionary maneuvers. As you may already know, Maelstrom scouts have been dispatched to reconnoiter the Sapsa spawning grounds. Among other things, they have orders to determine where Leviathan might emerge, assuming it comes to that. That our scouts might move unhindered and return unscathed, diversionary maneuvers are presently underway. In charge of these maneuvers is Usual Ha. If you are otherwise unoccupied, mayhap you would be willing to offer her your aid. Well, that's why I came here? Uja Kal. You're here to help with the diversions? Aren't you supposed to be that irreplaceable adventurer the success of the operation is hinging on? I'm inclined to say it's not worth risking your neck for something so trifling such as this, but if the hero insists, who am I to argue? Here, take these explosives. Use them to blow the Sahagin Pavis sky high and create a commotion in Halfstone the likes of which the fishbacks have never seen. That ought to keep them good and occupied. Oh, in the event that the Sahagin come after you, there's no need to be shy. Stay around and get yourself acquainted. Whatever it takes to buy more time for our scouts. And off I go to cause some havoc and chaos. If I can get myself unstuck. And conveniently, there's some there. Let's see if I can get this off before they get me over here. Ha! And I did. Brilliant. Apparently they respawn quickly. Cordon Dove? Is that one going to respawn? I guess not. Wishful thinking. Of course a fate spawns here. Why wouldn't a fate spawn here? There we go. And now we just need one more. I do not see one. Let's see if... oh, I see it. It's over here. We'll just stand over there. And we need to open this up and use that because the stupid fate thingy is blocking that. So I'm gonna jump onto my mount and run away, run away! Mwahahaha! Well, Brita. It sounds like the diversion was a success. I heard the fireworks all the way over here. My thanks, friend. We have done all we can for our scouts. All that's left is to pray that they return safely. And I don't need any of those. Falkbrita is growing ever more agitated by the minute. Our scouts are long overdue. I fear that ill may have befallen them. For better or worse, we must ascertain their fate. If it is not too much to ask, I would have you aid us in the search. 5 scouts ventured into Sapsa all told. Here, take this flask of restorative to tend to those who may have been wounded. Though it pains me to even consider the notion, if they have perished, circumstances permitting, ask that you recover their bodies. By no means venture too deep into enemy territory, however. We can ill afford to lose you at this juncture. I don't think English is my forte today, and so we'll head this way this time. Nope. I just want to see if I can do this. Let's see. Hop up here. Hop up. Nope. Too slow. I'll do that some other time. I was gonna see if I could hop over there and then hop over that. Just to save some time, but meh. So we need to head over there. Guess I'm supposed to find something. Maybe they're on this side. Storm Private. Help! Somebody! Of all the times to get restorative. Erg. Here you go. Thank you. I owe you my life. We were ambushed by the Serpent Reavers. Lightly armed as we are, we didn't stand a chance. I was able to flee this far, but the others were captured. They were taken to the Serpent's Tongue, I'm certain of it. I could make my own way back to camp, but I fear the worst for my comrades. Save them, I beg you! So, I guess we are mounting a rescue mission. By mounting, I mean rescue mission with one rescuer. And I guess we need to head over there and find any of the people we need to rescue. I'm just gonna travel around this way. And I see that it's over there. That one will follow me, but that's okay. Soldier's corpse, soldier's corpse. Benefit of having the Ironworks gear is that you're very much so overpowered in that sense to these beings, which is why I'm not worried about them anymore. Unfortunately, obviously these soldiers fell, and I'm guessing that's the only 2 we need to find. There were 5 in total, weren't there not? So who knows where the other people went or were. So anyways, we need to travel back there now. Oh, Brita. Your return, thank the navigator. When I learned that you went to the Serpent's Tongue by yourself, I feared you would meet an untimely demise. But tell me, what became of the others? Soldier's corpse, the mutilated corpse of a Maelstrom soldier. Dear gods. These wounds were not intended to kill, but to torture and maim. Does our savagery know no bounds? Enemies or no, they go too far. I dread to think that what may have become of the 2 who remain unaccounted for. I pray that they haven't suffered the same evil fate. At the very least, one of my men came back alive, and for that I owe you my thanks. The price was paid was dear, but we have the intelligence we need. Even as we speak, the Admiral finalizes the details of the operation. The war horns will sound any moment now. Be ready to sally forth when they do. Velkbrida. Velkbrida awaits the commencement of the operation with barely concealed rage. Thrice darned fishback jerks! I'll kill them slowly and then chase their rotting souls through all the 7 hells. Peace, Commander. We are here for a purpose, and vengeance is not it. I want your mind on the task at hand, savvy? My apologies, Admiral. You may count on me to keep a clear head. Good. According to our sole surviving scout, the Sahagin and their thralls have already begun to amass at the Aetheryte in the deeps of Sapsa. If we are to act, it must be now. The men are ready, but we wait... The men are ready, we but await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahagin have tightened security in and around the spawning grounds. A frontal assault is like to be met with fierce resistance. But we are not so artless as that, Commander. We will divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Sapsa Aetheryte and eliminate the Sahagin priest presiding over the summoning. We are not here to kill them all. The Maelstrom shall engage and distract the Sahagin's legion of drowned pirates at the Serpent's Tongue. Commander, you have charge over this effort. Be mindful that the lay of the land there is devilish for attacking forces. Let the foreign levy spearhead the assault and have subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. At the selfsame moment, a diversionary squadron formed of galleons from the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemy from offshore. In like wise, we Scions shall form smaller units in hopes of confusing the Sahagin defensive effort. Celebrating in Y'shtola, the 2 of you are to make your way to the site of the summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversion should serve to thin the enemy's defenses, rendering your path less perilous. A small party, I believe, should be able to win through without drawing unwarranted attention. Anchored in Yugiri, your mission is to lure as many Sahagin as possible out of the spawning grounds. Having done so, take to your heels and circle around to join the infiltration unit of Y'shtola and Celebrian. When all has been set in motion, I myself shall cut a path to the Aetheryte, accompanied by Lady Minfilia as was agreed. Well, don't let me keep you, friends. To battle! When last did we fight side by side, Celebrian? Too long ago, I warrant. But come, let us away. And if I'm not mistaken, we actually haven't fought side by side, but had we started in Lenosa, we would have. But I don't remember. And neither here nor there. So we will head over in that direction of where we need to. I just thought of something. Let's see if this works. Haha! Success! Almost thought I could hop up on that thing too, which I didn't notice. And so we need to head over here. The Sahagin have been alerted to your presence. Go through the first checkpoint and defeat the Sahagin that appear. Trying to figure out why my potions were so slow. It's because I didn't have that done yet. There we go. That was the first checkpoint. Next we need to head over here to this one. Also helps that I have my chocobo, so. And the Ironworks gear, as I said, and because I'm also not a tank, and I had mostly done this as a tank before. Which means lower DPS, and, well, I'm obviously DPS right now. There we go. And now we must need to speak with Hishtorla, who is over there. And apparently someone else is doing this. Pray do not concern yourself, 'twas but a glancing blow. Come, the Aetheryte is close at hand, let us press on.
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Did I miss much? So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans. But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency. To the Aetheryte!
You'll forgive me my lateness.
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Long have you shriveled swordwalkers tormented our kind. But no more! Your time is at an end! You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Do you feel that?
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
What? Such power! It is transcendent!
Seven hells!
Strike me down if you will. It is futile! I have mastered the gift. I am eternal! O mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance. I beseech you, come forth!
Die, damn you!
Foolish shorewalker! You cannot kill that which is eternal!
Heavens forfend. Damn it all!
My being ebbs away. It should by right be infinite. Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting.
Where did he go?
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon! Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates. Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
And retro. Y'shtola. If we meet Leviathan on the open sea, we put ourselves at the Primal's mercy. We must think of a way to face him on equal terms. Yugiri, the gods of this realm are vengeful beings. 'Tis of little wonder the Garleans fear their kind so. And Philia, had only we arrived but a moment earlier, but there is no time to brood over what might have been. Leviathan is returned, and we must needs find a way to deal with him. Thancred, though the mission ended in failure, I take solace in the knowledge that Minfilia is unharmed. Milwib, understand I speak of no normal wall of water. That which Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive power than aught seen in nature. Enough to raze entire coastal settlements. If his last attempt is any guide, we cannot suffer history to be repeated. Yet how in the seven hells are we to prevent it? Milwib is brooding over Leviathan's return. Though our plight cries out for action, we must take thought. So long as Leviathan remains in the open sea, he is effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none, of that you may be sure, but Limlan herself would struggle to best the Lord of the World in his element. In a straight fight, he would make meat and matchwood of us. We need another plan, that much is plain. Let us return to Limsa and see if we cannot think of one. I shall await you in the command room. And so we must needs head back to Lenosa. Or Limsa rather. We are in Lenosa. What's with me and getting these stinking regions and city names incorrect? Cynthia, you are expected in the command room. Pray do not keep the Admiral awaiting. Awaiting, whatever. Y'shtola. To confront the Lord of the World in his watery domain is far from ideal, yet he is not like to come to us. Would that he lacked the means to strike us from afar. Yugiri, when I saw Leviathan rise from the depths, I cannot well describe what I felt. No words could prepare one for such a sight. Thancred, being the observant adventurer that you are, you will doubtless have noticed my dagger work back at Sopsa. You know me, Hildibrand. I like to dabble in a bit of this and a bit of that. In Philia, the Sahagin Elder claimed to have become eternal, yet he was summarily consumed by Leviathan. What might this imply? If Leviathan is allowed to unleash a tidal wave, nothing within 10 miles of the coast will be safe, let alone Limsa. I trust you see what's at stake here. And Mirwib.
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western Lanosha. Halfstone, 'twas called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the company of heroes put him down before he could do too much damage. But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Halfstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystal stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations. If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Hearthstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The Primal must be stopped.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the Primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The company of heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the company of heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told. If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another. In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe, but I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed 2 ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder. By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Jeepers, I wonder why.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel. Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
'Twill be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafierson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
At once, Admiral.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa Lominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, Warrior of Light.
Minfilia. The Sahakin Elder claimed to have become eternal, yet he was blah blah blah. We've already heard that. I think we already heard that. Already heard that. I have my people working triple shifts on the twin vessel, but it will take some time yet. Time we may not have. 7 hells. This writing is liable to drive the lot of us mad. You Geary. Being held as gods also exist in what you call the Far East. Or beings dwell, whatever. Legends tell us that they walked among us in days of yore, but I confess that I never truly believed them. That I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Now that I have come face to face with the Primal, I do begin to understand why the Garleans fear them so. What is it? A message, Admiral. I judged it best that it be delivered at once. I am listening. According to the Yellow Jackets, a man who has appeared who claims to have defeated Leviathan. One of the company of heroes? The details are hazy, yet hazy, Admiral. We have dispatched one of our own to question the individual. I'm disinclined to put any store but by this claim. Even should it be true, it is as Y'shtola said. None save the company of heroes have bested Leviathan, and we know how they went about it. If this man is of their number, what could he tell us that we do not already know? Or know already? Same thing. And yet have wagered Limsa's survival on 2 ships, some rope, and a pile of crystals. Can we afford to ignore this man? If his testimony could yield us any manner of advantage, should we not hear it? Darn it all. The twin vessel will soon be ready. We have no time to wait for the Maelstrom's report in this supposed Primal Slayer's claims. Celebrians, seek him out and learn what he knows. At the very least, it will spare you the torment of waiting for the reckoning in idleness. The man you are looking for is believed to be a resident of the Grey Fleet in Lower Lenosa. The Storm Private sent to question him should already be in the vicinity. May your journey prove fruitful. Y'shtola. Da-da-da, same thing. When I saw Leviathans rise from the depths, I cannot well describe what I felt. No words could prepare one for such a sight. Were our plight any less grim, I should not ask this of you, Celebrian. But grim it is, and here we are. Go to the Grey Fleet and find out what your fellow Primal Slayer knows, if Primal Slayer he be. Oh, and you have my permission to break his bloody legs if he's lying. And the rest say exactly the same thing. So, we will teleport our way to Lower Lenosa, and I guess the fastest way is probably from there. No, fastest way is from Coastal Soul. And so here we go. Hey, it's our Chocobo, not quite, but Storm Private. Now look here, you'll have your bloody story right after you carry those sacks of grain over to the mill. But sir, that's what you said before you had me pick those oranges for you, and before I mucked out the Chocobo stables, and before I rolled the millstone over to the mill, and also before... God, a man worked 3 days. I've worked 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days! And do you hear me complaining? I suppose some of us just ain't made for the rougher stuff. Alright, I'll give you what you want. Never let it be said that old track-tombed ain't a generous soul. Now prick up your ears, cause I won't be repeating myself. Too modest, see? Besides, there's only so much epicness a man can take in one sitting, ya keen? Yeah, we'll hear a whole bunch of horse hockey. Ahem. The tale of Trectum's epic victory over the dread Primal Leviabetus. Now, Leviabetus, huge, make no mistake. is huge, make no mistake. To give you an idea how big, each of his scales is about as wide as across as me members long. And that's no mean feat, let me tell you. When I fought him, I could barely see for all the brine he was pelting me with. Must have been a lagoon's worth at least. He even knocked me trusty axe out of me hands at one stage. Of course, that proved to be a grave mistake. What happened next? I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots, but I, not wanting to take all the glory for myself, let me mates in the company of heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic. Mayhap too modest. Now there's some say we can never truly beat Leviabetus, that you've got to learn to live with him and make the best of a bad situation. Not the company, though. Wah! It's you! Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I was just enjoying the attention, is all. I take back everything I said. I was never part of the company of heroes. I'm no marauder. I'm actually a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm a chocobo dung. I'm the maggots you find wriggling on a choco dung. I have to lie to women to tumble them, and don't happen much. Me members tiny. It's pathetic. Yeah. I sure as heck didn't fight Leviabetus, but I have seen him with me own eyes. 'Twas a fair few years back when I was working at a baker's hand. I was shirking me duties one day loitering about the harbor when I saw it. A great big massive sea serpent some miles off the coast, with a fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. I was so bloody scared I soiled myself right there and then. Oh, God, just remembering that day makes me soil myself all over again. Hey, wait. If you're asking about Leviabetus, it means you're planning to fight him, ain't ya? Well, take care. He really is terrible. Dreadful, I tell ya. If you're not careful, you'll end up in the skull or at the bottom of the sea. Why, you worthless lying jerk. I can't believe you made me handle chocobo dung. Celebrian, this is Minfilia. Were you able to learn aught of use against Leviathan? Nope. I beg your pardon? Leviabetus? I see. That is unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings for you. The twin vessel is now complete. We await you at the Moribee dry docks. Pray make your way here as soon as you are able. That dude. Again. I don't know if you recall him, but he had us doing tasks when we were finding information on Titan. Because he was shirking his duties then as well. And we need to speak with Storm Marshal right here. I'm told you're drawn to the Grave Fleet proved fruitless. My sympathies, lass. I'll wager it served to take your mind off the events of the recent days, though. But enough of that nonsense. The moment of truth is upon us. The twin vessel, the Whore Leader, I call her, is complete, and she surpasses all my expectations. In addition to her prodigious tonnage, she has been fitted with a platform that you and yours might maneuver freely in battle. I would mention also that she is nigh unsinkable, but I'm not one to tempt fate. The Whore Leader and her crew stand ready, my friend. Just give the word and we shall bear you to Leviathan. And we have the option of a new weapon. And just to demonstrate what this looks like. And then there is this one for the Pugilist. And then there is this one for the Marauder, which I actually kind of like. And there is this one for the Lancer, which I also kind of like. I think I might actually go for the Marauder one, just for vanity. Anyhow, Enzayar stands ready to send you off to your encounter with the Lord of Whirl. Ah, I know that look. You are ready. Having been constructed in some haste, the Whirl Leader may not be pretty, but I assure you she is capable. She has been fitted with what our friends at Naldic and Vimelis are calling an elemental converter. Assuming the thing works, it will use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of his hold over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. It is expected that the Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Thrankarid and Y'shtola, I would have you assist in this effort. If it is to fulfill its purpose, your diversionary force must not want for members. If it is to fulfill its purpose, your diversionary force must not want for numbers. By your leave, I too would volunteer my blade. We would welcome it. Having seen you fight in Sopsa, I dare say the fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Thancred and Y'shtola, if you would join the third levy and Lady Yugiri the fifth. But what words have I for the woman who has made a sport of slaying gods? Only these. Go warily, for the sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments, and add a few words of mine own. Know that we all have the utmost faith in you, Celebrian. May the crystal blessing keep you. The duty finder has been updated with a new regular duty, the War Leader Hard. Or the World Leader Hard. And much like Thorn March, though that wasn't originally planned, I will likely do that on my own, and then record the cutscenes and whatnot. But before we end the video, we will speak with Thancred, and then the other NPCs. To complete the twin vessel in so short a time and with limited materials, the people of Naldic and Vimelis have won an admirer in me. Yugiri. When First Master Izinhar proposed the twin vessel, I must confess that I had my doubts. Only now that the War Leader is complete do I see the elegance of this solution. In Philia. Would that we had armed ourselves with more knowledge beforehand. While it cannot now be helped, I take comfort in the fact that you have faced worse odds in the past, and have ever prevailed. You will do so again, of that I have no doubt. Rib. In order to build the Horror Leader, we had to decommission 2 perfectly serviceable galleons. Suffice it to say, the captains weren't pleased with the notion, but when I offered them the chance to keep their ships and face Leviathan in our stead, they magnanimously withdrew their complaints. We must all make sacrifices for the greater good, they said. Y'shtola. It will require no small amount of helmsmanship to tow the War Leader. I dare say delivering you safely to Leviathan will be a battle in itself. And I think I spoke with all of them. Yes. Except for you. When the battle is won and Leviathan's waves are stilled, we must partake of a barrel of something, you and I care not what, so long as it's strong enough to daze a Primal, and plentiful enough to drown him in. Fun. Anyhow, so that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching!